It's your time. It's his time. It's Bam's time. Bam's time to shine. I've been dropping videos on other side of Bam. That's the vlog channel. Y'all go check it out. Link will be in the description of this video. We got a couple more videos dropping after this one. So hope y'all enjoy. Hope y'all been good. I've been tired, but shit, we gonna get straight to it. Why NBA players go broke? Let's get to it. I got a few theories. Let's see what they.
While others make tens of millions.
Let's see
and the
what
best among them make
this video
hundreds
says.
of millions. For instance, there are more than 31 players currently signed to a contract worth more than $100 million. Players like Giannis Antetokounmpo, Damian Lillard, Steph Curry, Rudy Gobert, and Paul George are currently signed to a contract worth more than $200 million. Yes, people scream and complain often that the money they pay these athletes is outrageous. But that's just the way things are.
It is.
You're probably thinking right now that with that kind of money flowing into their bank account, they and their children would never have to worry about anything for the rest of their lives.
If they move the right way, they won't. If they don't, yeah, they will. That 200 million, that's the contract, but then you got to pay your agents. It's certain people you have to pay. Your agents, whatever, like your living, all that, and then after, how much do you have left? That's when people like, oh, that 200 million really only 150 million, or it's only this, it's only that. Duh. It's just like if you get paid. It's just like if you work a regular job and you get paid. They take out taxes, and they take out their taxes, and then this is how much you have. That's why they say try to get a high-paying job. That way, when they take out those taxes, you still have a great deal amount. So if you get a raise and you're trying to make, and you making, let's say you making 42 an hour, or let's say you get paid. Let's say you get salary. Let's say you get 10,000 a month. Okay, cool. When they take out them taxes, it's probably not exactly 10,000, but that's the aim. That's the starting point. And then when they take, I think I know what I'm talking about. When they take out the money that they have to take out, you still have a good amount left. So the higher you make, also the more taxes I think they take out, but then you still have a good amount of money left. I don't know. Y'all get it, bro.
But that's not quite the truth. More than 60% of NBA players file for bankruptcy only 2 years after retiring. It sounds crazy, but it...
AI, I heard about AI doing this too. How Allen Iverson completely blew 200 million.
It's true. So how do these players
end up becoming homeless and owing
millions of dollars in debt?
Allen Iverson, my second favorite player.
Subscribe to our channel. Okay, it's probably not because of that, but before we get into the reasons, if you want to win a PS5 with NBA 2K22 and Madden NFL 22...
I already got a PS5. Come on, let's go.
There are many reasons why NBA players go broke, despite the fact that many of them earn 3 times more than the average or regular middle-class American earns in his entire lifetime. But NBA players aren't regular people or your random middle-class American. They live a life in front of the media, in front of spotlights, magazines, and all those things. So they have to live up to that profile, and that means owning luxurious cars.
They don't. This is the thing. They don't have to. Some people look at it like, if I have jewelry, it's my business card. It's like, it lets them know that when I walk into a building, like, you see how much I'm rocking on my neck. Like, you know what to offer me. Don't offer me anything less than what I'm wearing on my neck. That's what people say, I guess. But you don't really have to live up to that lifestyle. If you want to be in a spot, me, bro, like, I'm a YouTuber. I want to be in the, bro, I want y'all, like, it's cool to get, like, I be getting recognized in public when I see people that I don't know too well, but they watch my vids. Bro, I love that. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not with the being, like, I'd rather my channel just go crazy and people come up to me saying how much they love my videos versus, because I'm a YouTuber, I'm successful, I have to do this and do that. No, because then you're going to end up, you're gonna end up like everybody else, because you feel need to go spend money on shit bro, we too old to be dressing and doing things for other people. You know, when you in elementary and middle school and even high school, you wear things for other people. You get certain shoes, certain jeans or whatever for other people. You don't really like it, because if you did, you probably would still wear it to this day. You know you don't wear it, let's be honest. It's that type of thing.
Houses, sending their children to expensive schools, and so on. This
LeBron.
self-depraved ego and pride is one of the first reasons they go broke easily.
Look at
Many
AI.
NBA players come from terrible backgrounds where they went days without anything to eat and had to wear the same pair of clothing every day of their lives. As teenagers or kids living that kind of life, you can only imagine the kind of trauma, shame, and embarrassment they had to put up with. For that reason, they kept dreaming, striving hard, and putting in a lot of hard work and time to hone their skill and talent to play professionally in the NBA. Of course, passion for the sport is one of them, But many
That
of
shit
these
look like
players
it
were more
hurt,
hungry
bro.
for the money that comes with the success rather than the number of games they rack up. So these kids eventually get drafted into the NBA and go from owning nothing to owning absolutely everything. And that kind of money is enough to drive anyone insane. A level of insanity that would later drive them into losing all their money and going back to nothing. I can't even imagine how these players must feel though, going from rock bottom to the top of the world and then back to bottom again. That's the kind of trauma that makes you mentally unstable. This could be as a result of partying, gambling, buying luxurious clothing, jewelries, houses, and general. This could be as a result of partying, gambling, buying luxurious.
Money as an active player, especially after leaving Michael Jordan and Bulls. Pippen called it quits. He soon had numerous financial problems to overcome. Damn.
Various clothing, jewelries, houses, and generally just having the fun of their lives. If there's any player in the NBA that fits this profile of how both ego and an extravagant lifestyle drives NBA players to hell, it's Latrell Sprewell. Today, he's mostly remembered for choking his head coach because the coach had famously wanted him to put a little mustard in his passes.
A spree to leave practice, and he didn't, and the words kind of escalated to some physical contact, and then
I heard about this.
Later on in practice, 15 or 20 minutes later, Spree returned, and there was some more physical contact.
Nevertheless, Sprewell was a talented player who could contribute both on offense and defense. During his 13-year career in the NBA, Sprewell earned a total of $97 million, just $3 million shy of $100 million. However, within just a few years of retirement, Sprewell was so broke that he didn't have a place to sleep or call his home. Who knows, Sprewell wouldn't have found his life in that state if he didn't allow his ego to stand in the way of his judgment. Ever heard the phrase, "I got a family to feed"? Well, that's what Sprewell said after he rejected a $21 million 3-year deal the Timberwolves offered him. It's funny that Sprewell thought he should be earning more than that, even though his current contract at the time was $14.6 million. After rejecting that offer, Sprewell never received another offer in the NBA, and that was the end of it.
They always do that, bro. They always be rejecting like, oh, this too little. They do that, and then, bro, you don't know when somebody's gonna sign. I know I'm not in the NBA, but you don't know when somebody's gonna offer you something else. 21 point whatever million, and then you gotta pay your agents. You gotta pay the taxes. You know, you still got million, bro. That's better than nothing. You can still use that. You can still flip, bro.
His NBA career. Sprewell was also an extravagant spender, and he owned several vehicles that most of us can only dream of owning, including a yacht and other mansions. But less than 3 years later, his failure to sign that deal and his ego caught up with him. He lost all his mansions, all his cars, his prized yacht, and all the money in his account. There are so many other NBA players like Sprewell who let their ego blind them, and it resulted in losing everything they ever owned. Another reason is that most of these players suddenly feel that because they're earning enough, they are financially responsible for their friends and family. It's always a great thing to support a close friend or an extended family, especially if they come from awful backgrounds. But the career of an athlete is short, and so is his money too. Even when they suffer a career-ending injury or retire, these athletes...
That's why I said, bro, I ain't gonna lie. If somebody like said, would you rather go to the NBA and it make giving up your YouTube? And I said, I would never in my life give up my YouTube for basketball. Ever in my life. Cause this YouTube shit, I could do this shit till I'm dead. This basketball shit, I can't do it. Like realistically, I can't do it. I probably can't do it that long. This shit, if this takes off, I already love it. I'm having fun with this shit. This shit take off. You start making some good money on this. This forever gonna live. This generates. NBA contracts don't generate unless the only time where you gonna have money after is if you're doing the correct thing. You ain't living crazy. You living cool. You living good, and you investing. You saving. You got savings. You put in. All right, I'm done playing. I got 25 million saved up that hasn't been touched. I tried to get endorsement deals. I got 25 million. I got good people in my circle, very small, but I got good people advising me financially, right? You know, people who I know I can trust. Got 25 million. I'm 34, 35 years old. I just retired. I got 20 million saved up.
Still continue to fend for their family even though it's draining them financially. That's because even when they start running broke, they wouldn't want to say it on time. The question is, at this point, who helps them? All these people disappear or still keep asking for more? A great example of how trying to provide for everyone else but yourself can leave you in ruins is Antoine Walker. Walker was one of the famous stars in the NBA who earned more than $100 million in the course of his career.
It's crazy how when you make it, it's good to take care of your people,
But just
especially
2
if
years
your
after
people don't have
retiring from the
anything.
NBA, Walker
But
filed for
they
Chapter
supported
7
you to get
bankruptcy
there,
in
but
2010.
at the end of
So
the
what
day, it's
happened?
not your obligation,
Walker
bro.
came
Especially
from
if you
a
can't
poor
take care of
background, and that
yourself.
included many of his friends
You
and
can
family
do
members
stuff
too.
for them,
So Walker decided to make it his job to make the life of his family members and
but
friends
you
better
gotta
by
know how
providing
much
for
you're
all their
doing.
basic needs. Every time Walker bought himself a house or a car or some luxurious wristwatch, he made it a habit to provide the same things or similar
Nah,
things to his people at
man.
home. He became the modern-day Father Christmas, giving out his money freely without questions, and
Nah, you
becoming a
can't do
breathing
that,
ATM
bro.
for his friends and family.
Well, we went on lavish trips. I mean, we would go on vacation together. We would go to Cancun. We would go to Puerto Rico. We would go, different places throughout the United States. And I would travel with a big group of guys. I would travel with 8 to 10 people with me and pay for their flights, hotel.
No, 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 no. Listen to what he just said, yo. Hold on. Listen to this.
I would travel with a big group of guys. I would travel with 8 to 10 people with me and pay for their flights, hotel rooms, eating on the road. So you had those combination of things. We used to have real big bills at the end of those trips.
No, just because you are the millionaire does not mean you need to be taking 8 to 10 people. No, you can take care of your mom, your dad. You know what I'm saying? Your friends should not be looking at you like, hey, bro, can you help? Like, I'm like, it sounds messed up, but it's like, bro, you got to understand all this accumulates. Everybody be like, it's only $10. Let's say, it's only $10. I just spent $60 on gas. I just got my hair cut. I just had to buy a new camera. I just had to get something for school. All that accumulates. Plus, now I got to give you 10, and they just took money out my bank account from my gym membership. They just took money out my account from my phone bill. My car insurance just got paid. It all accumulates, bruh. Like, just because I'm a millionaire does not mean I need to support 10 different people. Family or not, I'm sorry, because look, you taking all those people on flights, paying for their dinner, paying for their flight, paying for hotel room, paying for yours too. All that accumulates, bro. And then you got bills you already got to pay on top of that. Aside from that, like, bro, come on, man.
Antoine isn't the only NBA member that went broke because he wanted to make sure his family had a better life.
I mean,
and he sure won't
you
be
did
the
it
last.
in good
NBA
faith,
players
though.
spend
Like,
their
it's not to
entire
come
life
down on
training
you.
to
You
be
did it in
basketball
good
players.
faith, but that's where family members gotta chill, bro. Family members gotta tell y'all to save the money.
And not business or financial managers. So it's not uncommon to hear NBA players making very costly investments that yield nothing, both due to their ignorance and the quack people that they have behind them as financial advisors. NBA players are also targets of scams by people trying to pitch potential business opportunities or a so-called once-in-a-lifetime opportunity every month. And many of them fall for these traps, scams, lies that they end up losing a whole lot of money. A very good example is the story of how Peggy robbed Dennis Rodman and other athletes blind, leaving them with practically nothing.
Wait, what?
Dennis met Peggy through a mutual friend sometime in 2000, and they became very close. Peggy and Dennis stole the headlines in 2013 by becoming the first Americans to travel to North Korea and meet leader Kim Jong-un. Dennis was making a lot of money from his media appearances, but he realized that the money wasn't flowing into his account as it should, and he confronted Peggy about it. She blamed it on his excessive spending habits and told him that he couldn't be trusted with his own money. He gave her full control of his bank account, and then she cut off his access to a
He gave her full control to the bank account. Why? Why? If you weren't Dennis Rodman, she probably wouldn't even be with you. Why? Why? Why do that, bro?
did Peggy about it.
Man, you just can't make this shit up, bro. You just can't.
She blamed it on his excessive spending habits and told him that he couldn't be trusted with his own money. He gave her full control of his bank account, and then she cut off his access to a debit card. The drama began to unravel about a year later when Dennis was threatened with contempt of court for missing 4 months of child support payments to his first wife. And that's when things started to really get spicy. Dennis knew that Peggy was supposed to be handling that, so if she wasn't doing that, what was she doing with his money? He wanted answers and wanted them fast, so he started doing some digging. He later found that not only was Peggy spending his money under different names, but she was also controlling 85 bank accounts and living off other people's money. He also found out that she lied about her degree in Harvard Business School and Harvard Law School and about being a broker on Wall Street. But that's not all. Things got even worse when Dennis found out that Peggy had been using his name to launder money and was committing other serious crimes. She was later convicted and sent to prison, but Dennis never recovered his money. Dennis Rodman is just one of the so many NBA players who get scammed by people trying to milk their pocket in the name of one business or investment. And because these NBA players don't have enough knowledge or ideas about these things, they fall prey to their scams.
That shit is annoying. Get some, bro. Read books, man. Get some knowledge, bro. Don't think because you have money that. Don't think because, bro. I'm gonna be honest. You can fool so many people if you have money. I hope my camera isn't. Hold on, man. Let me get this shit together. Hold on. Let me make sure that that's not. My bad. Here we go. You can fool so many people if you have money, bro. It's crazy. If you have money, bro, people can think you a real man. People can think a girl can think you're everything if your pocket is right. A girl can think you can lead. A girl think you a real man. A girl think you this. You like they might think anything, and vice versa. You see a girl with some money, you might think she's everything. Oh, she not a broke female. She not trying to just live off me. Woo woo woo. So you automatically cancel out them other things, and it's like, bro, money. You literally can fool 97%. A lot people are stupid. You can literally fool 97% of people if you have money. 97% of people you can fool if you have money. Trust me. It's crazy. That's all people look at. Money matters. Yeah, money matters, but isn't all those other things matter?
Scams. Some of them fall because at the latter end of their career, they realize they need to invest and they start hurrying to invest in one business idea or the other that would bring
to
in
each
quick
his
cash,
own, man.
only for them to end up making bad decisions and losing all their money. Funny thing is, some NBA players might watch this and still fall prey to these things.
These horror stories are going to vanish.
What's up?
They're going to vanish because the information. These athletes are way smarter now. You now get a chance to learn from the people that got done really wrong.
I was just about to say that.
And so you put
I was literally just about to say that
happen
it's
to
going to
you.
change over time because now.
So very advanced. I see these horror stories going away.
Many NBA players get overwhelmed by the change of setting, environment, and the comfortable life that comes with having so much money. This can lead to unwanted pregnancies or wanted pregnancies and even marriage just right after their career starts off. Being a daddy or being married sounds nice and sweet, except that it comes at a price. A very expensive price, actually. 7 out of 10 NBA players end up divorcing their first wife within the first 4 to 6 years of marriage. And in a situation where no prenup was signed, divorce can be extremely expensive. On the other hand, divorce can be extremely expensive. On the other hand, NBA players that have baby mamas end up paying a ridiculous amount of money for child support. Most players can afford these expenses, especially child support while they are still playing or are under contract. That's because there's still a regular flow of income. But when they retire or are unable to get another contract, they can quickly run broke just from the payment of child support.
Find one woman, love her, have kids with her, and build your family. Because having kids by multiple women can destroy your life. I've been having 3 out of my 5 trying to destroy my life since the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I paid millions in child support and still don't see my kids. To be smarter, bro. Don't make the same mistakes I made.
A good
Niggas in the NBA, niggas in industries and shit. Like, bro, you guys understand, you can't be in the NBA forever. You know what I'm saying? You can't be in the NFL forever. You got dudes over here paying child support. And sometimes, bro, the dudes are just stupid. You over here getting girls pregnant. You know damn well you don't see no future with. You deliberately nutting in her and doing dumb stuff, bro. Like, you don't see, like, that's just because I'm in the NBA. She around, she gonna. And here's the cold part. This is the thing that I like. It gets under my skin. Maybe I just don't understand because I have zero experience in that regard. And people do this shit even when money is not the same. People will get money, right? You go to the NBA, you'll make it. And then the first thing they go do is go to somebody who wouldn't even acknowledge their existence. Like, look at me when I say this. First thing people do when they get some money is go knock someone, get them pregnant, try to be with someone who never acknowledged your existence before, or who would never acknowledge your existence if you weren't in the NBA or in the NFL or whatever industry that is. I'm about to go fuck Ruby Rose. She would never deal with you if you weren't that NBA player. Or if you weren't in some type of industry making a great deal of money. It's no disrespect, it's just the truth. So it really gets under my skin when I see dudes complaining about, not talking about Stack 5, I'm not talking about him, just saying in general. When I see dudes, like, the first thing you do is try to go be with someone. Wasn't it a rapper that just did that? What's the rapper name? Not Yo Gotti, it was some other dude, I think. But a girl that constantly rejected him, when he got some money, bro, she went in, like, they went and got together. Like, I don't understand the philosophy behind it. I just don't.
Good example is the PJ Washington scandal going on right now. PJ Washington, who plays for the Hornets, thought he had met the love of his life when he met Brittany Renner, and he married her. But little did he know that she had other things in mind, and for her, it wasn't all love and paradise. It was a game. Just 2 weeks after giving birth to their baby, Renner secretly filed for divorce and is reportedly set to earn $200,000 every month, which is half of what
that turned out not to even be true. I don't think
PJ's salary is. PJ is still on his rookie contract, but just imagine he doesn't get signed by any NBA team again. He would file for bankruptcy in less than 3 months. Brittany isn't the first woman to do that to an NBA player either, and she definitely won't be the last.
None of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, you could just fuck an athlete. They're really dumb.
See, this video, and this is another thing that I'm just going to go ahead and speak on. This girl, I watched her on Shannon Sharp interview. She actually had a decent resume in terms of, not a decent resume. Well, she played she played soccer at university. Got a scholarship. That's not easy to do. So you got to give her flowers for that. And even with this video going viral, she still made it on Shannon Sharp's podcast. The podcast where Chris Brown was at. The podcast where you saw who else? Where you saw Michael Blackson. Where you saw who else? It's a plethora of people he didn't have there. And then she made it with a video like this. And this is and this is another reason people will say you don't. Understand this too.
NBA player either, and she definitely won't be the last.
None of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, you could just fuck an athlete. They're really dumb.
It's an athlete that will see this and do exactly what she just said and get her pregnant, and his life will be over. It's an athlete that will do that. And granted, people do change, right? Anomalies happen. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: we're seeing an NBA. I don't know if that would. We're seeing an NBA player, a former NBA player right now, is going to react to that. That just found out his wife does OnlyFans. Granted, if that's what you want to do to get your money, whatever. I don't support it, but that's what you want to do, cool. I'm not going to shame you for it. But she already had a past being in the industry, being in the porn industry, whatever. And he overlooked that. That's why they say sometimes you can't overlook certain things. They'll try to guilt trip you and make you think that you shouldn't judge whatever. Look at this, for example. in the future, if a guy sees this and he's kind of like, nah, I'm cool. She might be like, that was hella long ago when I said that. We was like, nah, I'm cool. Especially if I'm in a position where I have a lot of money. Nah, I'm cool. Respectfully, like, it's no bad blood. Go about your day. You know what I mean? It's no bad blood. I'm not shaming you online or none of that. Like, just go about your day. You'll get labeled a bad guy, right? Then you try to be that guy that overlooks certain things. Someone who has a child, you can overlook that. That like, that's not crazy, you know. Especially that's gonna take some patience and stuff like that. But you know, someone who might do something like this though, nah, this one is different. This is all over the world. Like, I just know, like, but then you'll get looked at as a bad guy if you say, I don't want to deal with that. You know what I mean? You'll get looked at as a bad guy. But then you're gonna end up like the former NBA player, which actually kind of weird because she's recording as they're talking. I'm like, why is she recording that? But you'll end up like him. Someone who tried to overlook that, and then that past that she still had was still with her. She's still doing videos, so she's still doing that. And then her response was, from the little clips I've seen, I haven't seen all of it, you knew who I was when you met me. Okay, if I had judged that person who I had met all that time ago, we wouldn't even be here. But then but then you're gonna call me, oh, you're judging me off my past, Now that I didn't do it, look what's happening. You can't get guilt tripped into anything, bro. I just had to say that.
In fact, there's probably some lady somewhere doing the same thing right now and hoping to get pregnant for an NBA player so that she can be earning free money through child support. It's funny because this has been happening for as long as I can remember, yet NBA players still keep falling for it. Well, what can you say?
That's what I'm saying. They keep falling for it. Hey, I'm not mad. Hey, I'm not mad at the women. I'm not mad. NBA players keep falling for it. Do it. If they want to keep being stupid, go ahead, do it.
What most NBA players fail to understand or realize is that they have a short career span. Their career won't last forever, and it could end at any moment. It could be a crazy scandal or an injury they'll never recover from. Or anything devastating, really. And poof, your career is over. Yet many of them tend to think that their careers would somehow last forever and the dough would always keep coming. So they keep spending without taking a cautious and respectful approach to their finances in order for it to last a lifetime. Just one big contract, if managed wisely, can see a player for the rest of his career. Instead, after retirement, many of them often panic and end up making rash and ridiculous choices that would ruin their finances forever. Many NBA stars go home thinking that the hard work stops when they leave the court or when the ball stops bouncing. But that's when the real work and journey to financial freedom begins. Despite all that we've talked about, it's also nice to note that not all NBA players are doomed to become bankrupt at some point in their life.
NBA, it's athletes who are smart.
Retirement. There are many examples of former NBA players.
That's the thing. That's why I always say, be more than an athlete, bro. I'll be telling my friend Seth that all the time because he's the one who I really think gonna get to the NBA.
Businesses that provide great returns.
I mean, there's others too, but that's the one I talk to the most.
Making the right investments. That's not to say that everyone would be as lucky as Shaq was in his investment, even if done correctly. Still, there's a good chance that if the money is managed correctly, they will be comfortable for the rest of their careers.
Oh shit. Anyways, that's the video, man. Y'all know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'm gone, man.